Graduate high school in State, is that right? And that kind of sets the stage for a lifelong love and tension between the United States and the United Kingdom. He's currently living in England right now. He just finished an MFA in writing at East Anglia and is in the PhD program at Bath. And so he is very involved in the British academia and cultural scene, and his novel takes place in England. Okay? But Rob is also very American. And I think some of the sensibilities that he brings, the freshness of perspective, are present in this book. A lot of books come through. There's a lot of new stuff being published. But this really is a terrific novel about a traditional enterprise, Gravedigger. I mean, we think of backhoes, and we think of the mechanism and the whole industry. The mortuary industry is depersonalizing this, right? But think about a country, an English country graveyard where people still dig graves. In fact, his stepfather just sold a book to a real gravedigger. Is that right?
That's right.
Where is this guy working?
Michigan.
He's working in Michigan.
Yeah.
And he digs graves by hand.
Yeah.
Okay? And there are still spots where you have to dig graves by hand. Okay? He was in Sussex in 2000, I think it was 2000, you saw Gravedigger, and inspired you to write this novel. The novel, he started in 2001. In 2004, he won a very prestigious prize, the Faulkner Wisdom Award. Yes, that's just a signal for ice. We're running out of ice. It's no problem. I read a copy in 2005, and I thought, this is a great book. But he's been working on it since then. In fact, even when the book was in galleys, he was still making some adjustments. So Rob, again, the consummate artist, never, doesn't want to let this thing go, working on it the whole time. And one of the things I love about the novel, too, is that, and this is kind of a little fiction theory, he doesn't impose a style on his novel. I mean, there's a lot of big, like, who's the new stylist? What's the new style of fiction? And I talked to Rob about this, and he said, the style is what the characters bring to the story. So instead of saying, well, that's the voice of Rob Smith, that's the voice of William Faulkner, that's the voice of, it's the voice of people. And so there's a kind of integrity and an authenticity to the way he renders those voices that I think is truly great. And I think it's a wonderful book. So I encourage you to celebrate this great author, Rob Magnuson Smith. Welcome to Independence.
Well, I can guarantee that's the best introduction I'll ever have. And I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Especially because the protagonist has the same name. And thank you very much for having me, and thank you for coming. It's a great turnout. I really do appreciate it. I won't be speaking and reading with an English accent. The last time I tried that was in a cocktail party in Los Angeles in the early 90s, and didn't go over very well. So I'll just read with this hybrid thing that I don't know, happened into throughout the course of my life, which is just moving and drifting around from different places, and the accent is what you end up with. So that's me. Yes, these graves are still dug by hand, to do the research on the book, I spent about a month in Sussex as an apprentice to a gravedigger. So it was that's sort of the background for it, and you'll hear from different perspectives. I'll just read for 15 minutes. Then, if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer some. But the book shifts in perspective. Mostly it stays on Henry, the gravedigger, but sometimes it moves to a vicar or his love interest, Carolyn. Sometimes it goes to a couple of friends he's got in the village,